The October 25th, 2010 meeting of the Public Safety Committee will now come to order. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Mr. Antelli. Here. Mr. Beebe. Here. Mrs. Straw. Here. Mr. Eckel. Here. Chairman Hanna.
Here.
Mr. Lee is excused. Mr. Lightfoot. Mr. McCann. Here. Mr. Yolovich.
Is there anyone signed up for the public forum this evening?
We have one public forum speaker, Mr. Thomas Gregory.
I was mentioning to the President of the Legislature how I missed one meeting here, one legislative meeting. I'm really out of sync now. You lose one, it's like my timing's way off. I apologize for my poor speaking skills and everything. I'd like to talk about something in general on the referrals that are here before us today. We're looking at a lot of the referrals here, and what we're talking about is enforcement. And whenever we get grants from the Department of Criminal Justice Service, we're always talking about enforcement. More cars, more cops, more this and more that. Bottom line is that somehow we have a tendency to equate, tough on crime with that nice, clean, white, patriotic American eagle and everything else. For all those of you who are familiar with the founding of Monroe County and reading the legislative minutes that actually preceded Monroe County existing, you're going to find that one of the biggest reasons why we were created was you used to be able to swim from Ontario County on one side of the river over to Genesee County on the other and escape the long reach of the law. Now, I've just finished basically doing about 5 months with the Public Defender's Office. It gave me a great opportunity to see the types of things that are being written by our police out there on the street. And this is not a moment to criticize the police. They do a difficult and tough job. Nor the District Attorney's Office, who also has to enforce the laws off these tickets and complaints that are written. But I also work with the United States Marine Corps, basically trying to get young men and young women who wised up from their stupidity, much like myself, because I was once stupid, who are basically going to be hounded by some of the stuff that we're writing. And what I'd like to see maybe come from this legislative body at some point is some idea in the future, because we can initiate ideas here in Monroe County to wash some of these records. I get kids who have harassment seconds, been adjudicated, it's on their record, and guess what? Even if the charge was dropped or dropped down to just whatever the lowest thing is, I don't know what it's called anymore, a violation, we have a record of it. And it's going to affect them when they've wised up, they've had this moment of truth. It's going to affect them trying to get their lives together and become responsible citizens. And so when I see these things here, I'm glad that we have a concern for the welfare of society. But I also think we've gotten to the point in our lives, in our existence, where we need a Genesee County and Ontario County initiative, no Monroe County, a point where somebody can get from one side of the river to the other side of the river. And if they've shown a conduct that shows that they have responsibly rejoined society, that we've got to do something to give them that fresh start. Now, the reason I took this forum to kind of raise my complaint is the bottom line is we're doing more of the same. We're looking at, right here, I see 2 urban security initiatives. And that's the thing that kind of bothers me, because most of the kids that we can't write in the Marine Corps happen to be people of color. And here we are, urban initiative, blacks on the inside, minorities on the inside, and whites on the outside. And I'm going to tell you what, that's kind of bothering me. I raised this point with Scott down there in general conversation. I'm raising it with you. I think we've got to do something. We're going the wrong road here. We're making criminals of too many people, and it's lasting on their record for too long a time. And I'll tell you what, half the time I feel like saying to the Department of Criminal Justice Service, take your freaking money. We don't need it here. Because bottom line is, we're going the wrong route. I don't know if you read between what I'm saying or if I'm even saying it well. I know I've said it for too long. But I think we're on the wrong road. I think we're on the wrong road. And I think we better change it. And we might as well start changing it right here. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Gregory. Is there anyone present who is not signed up who would like to address the committee this evening? Seeing none. Next item on the agenda is the approval of minutes. You have the September 27, 2010 minutes before you. They'll stand approved unless the clerk is notified of any changes by the end of the day. Next item, new business. Madam Clerk.
Referral 10-296, amend resolution.
Moved by Legislator Draw, seconded by Legislator McCann. Is there any discussion? Legislator Lightfoot.
Mr. Chairman, to the administration, will all of this grant be spent on the sheriff's overtime cost?
Through the chair, this is Jennifer Curley from the Sheriff's Planning and Research, and yes.
Okay. Through you, Mr. Chairman, to the administration, excuse me, this is the first year of the grant. Do we expect any continued funding in the future years?
Through the chair, we don't know that. We don't know if the state has extra funding. Then yes, we will possibly get more funding to do these kind of initiatives. But right now, I don't know that.
Okay. Thank you.
Is there any other discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. All those opposed, item carries.
Referral 10-297, acceptance of
Moved by Legislator McCann, seconded by Legislator Yolovich. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. All those opposed, item carries. Next item.
Referral 10-298, acceptance of a grant.
Moved by Legislator Yolovich, seconded by Legislator Antelli. Is there any discussion? Legislator Yolovich.
I'd just like a little clarification, because the way this reads, it had me a little confused. I would probably direct this to Ms. Curley, through you, Mr. Chairman, if I could, please. It says the total grant is $40,000, $10,000 in 4 annual payments. That's pretty self-explanatory. But then down at the bottom, it says, this is the second year the county has received this grant. Are we receiving the $40,000? Are we approving the $40,000 grant? Or are we approving it $10,000 a year, or what are we doing here? Because it doesn't sound right the way it's written.
Through the chair, this is the second year. We received $10,000 last year, so you're giving me approval to accept the $40,000, $10,000 each year.
We accepted $10,000 last year. Now we're accepting $40,000.
Through the chair, that's correct.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Is there any other discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. All those opposed, item carries. Next item.
Referral 10-299, authorize.
Moved by Legislator Antelli, seconded by Legislator Draw. Is there any discussion? Legislator Eckel.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Through you to the administration, what other denominations of faith does the county contract with to provide services at the county jail?
Through the chair, Lieutenant Paul DeLalla from the Sheriff's Office. I don't have that information, but I can get you all the different services.
All right, thank you very much. Through the chair, how is the jail inmate trust fund funded?
Through the chair from the inmate commissary.
Okay. And through the chair, what is the process to decide the services this fund pays for, and who decides?
Through the chair, we propose what the fund is used for, and then the state corrections approves that.
Okay, thank you. And through the chair, so you're proposing this, we have to, through the chair, you're proposing this, we have to authorize it, then the state needs to authorize it. Am I correct in this?
Through the chair, yes.
Thank you. And finally, through the chair, approximately how much money is in this fund each year?
What does that have to do with accepting money for the Roman Catholic priest?
This is authorizing a contract, sir, and it has to do with the jail inmate trust fund.
I fail to see where it has anything to do with it.
This is not. This is a contract. This isn't a grant. Is that correct?
That's correct, Mr. Chair.
And the money coming from, the money that's being paid for this contract is coming from the fund that you're asking? Is that
True, and I'm
Then
asking
I'll let
about
you
how
ask
much
that.
that
I'll let you ask that
fund has
question.
each year. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Oh, I'm sorry. How much is in the fund? I currently don't have that with me, but I can once again get that for you.
Thank you, and could I have how much per year approximately is how much what the number I'm looking for? Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Is there any other discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed, item carries.
Referral 10-300, amend resolution.
Moved by legislator Draw, seconded by legislator McCann. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, item carries. Next item.
Referral 10-301, amend resolution.
Moved by legislator McCann, seconded by legislator Yolovich. Is there any discussion? Legislator Lightfoot.
Mr. Chairman, to the administration, can the administration confirm that this is the same initiative as in the previous referral? Do you, Mr. Chairman? Through you, Mr. Chairman, let me clarify my question. I want to know if this is the same initiative as in the previous referral. Through you, Mr. Chairman, to the administration.
Through the chair, this is for a different year of the grant, but it's the same grant umbrella program. Urban Security Initiative is the name of a grant, and it is coming to the county in revenue across each fiscal year. So it's the same program, just different years of the grant.
Thank you. This referral states that the fiber optic study will be funded through this grant. Could you please describe this project and also provide a timeline for the study through you, Mr. Chairman, to the administration?
Through the chair, Fred Ryan in our Office of Emergency Management does hands-on work with the grant and is best able to answer that question.
Thank you.
Through the chair, this study, the fiber optic study, will take a look at the fiber project here in the urban area, which consists of Monroe County as well as our metropolitan statistical area partner counties of Orleans, Wayne, Ontario, and Livingston. Take a look at fiber projects there as well as fiber projects in other UASIs throughout the state in hopes of looking at potentially connecting UASIs through fiber optics.
To you, Mr. Chair, I guess I'm interested to know because with the Jefferson Avenue project, I know that I have conversations with the police chief, and they're looking to utilize Jefferson as a model with the cameras. And I know they're laying new lines, and they were mentioning of some fiber optic technology that they were trying to interface. I was wondering if this had anything to do with studying interfacing with maybe some of the city resources through you, Mr. Chairman, to the administration.
Through the chair, the City of Rochester is a partner in the Urban Area Security Initiative program, so they've been involved in developing or approving this study, so all options are open at this point.
Thank you.
Is there any other discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. All those opposed, item carries. Next item.
Referral 10-302, acceptance.
Moved by legislator Yolovich, seconded by legislator Antelli. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. All those opposed, item carries. Next item.
Referral 10-303.
Moved by legislator Antelli, seconded by legislator Draw. Is there any discussion? Legislator Eckel.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Just through the chair to the administration, how many individuals did the Community Traffic Safety Program touch last year in 2009? Fiscal year?
Just a second. I think I have something in here. Through the chair, this is Ginny Satter, Central Police Services. Through her performance measures, the number of participants was 11,000. That's what's planned for this year, and it's relatively the same every year. I don't have the exact figure for last year. But.
Thank you very much. Nice work.
Is there any other discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. All those opposed? Item carries. Is that it for business? Next item is other matters. We had a question last month regarding a tour of the crime lab. Mr. Helfer, do we have any update on that?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman. There was the request, as the legislators recall, last month's Public Safety Committee meeting. We would like to propose a tour on Friday, November 12th at 8:30 in the morning. I know there was an expression of a request that we try to schedule this for a Friday morning, I think from Legislator Beebe. So we've tried to accommodate that. Hopefully that works for the members of the committee that are interested, as well as any other legislators or staff members are certainly welcome to participate in that as well. And we'll be sending out a note to the staff offices and request RSVPs just so we know how many to plan on attending the tour.
Thank you very much. Okay, are there any other matters to come before the committee this evening? Seeing none, this meeting of the Public Safety Committee stands adjourned. The next meeting of the Public Safety Committee will be held on November 29th, 2010 at 5 p.m.